Good morning everyone, this is BremSter and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Nothing to Add by GDC. And this is a puzzle that terrifies me because I have really no idea how this one is going to work. So this is, I'm not going to go into anything else, I'm going to get straight into the puzzle because, oof. So this is a normal-ish Sudoku rule supply puzzle. So with this puzzle, we're not using the digits 1 to 9, we're using the digits 0 to 8. And I've done a couple of puzzles like this before, so it's possible I should be able to figure out what's going on here, but I'm gonna get stuck. I know I am. Let's just look at the rules, shall we? Normal-ish Sudoku rules apply. So yeah, nothing to add by GDC. I've probably said this. I'm just getting very scared. So normal-ish Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 0 to 8 in every empty cell. Digits cannot repeat in a row, a column, or 3x3 box. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, we have to place the digits 0 to 8 without repetition. Digits placed on an arrow must sum to the digit placed on the arrow's circle. That's it. But all of the math we know about arrows is wrong. So I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer and get straight into this one. But ouch. So, normally with an arrow, we would turn around and say, well, the minimum cells you can put onto a 3-cell arrow are 1, 2, and 3, so this has to be at least a 6. But that's not true. Now, I can kind of say the same here. The minimum you can put onto a 4-cell arrow that all see each other is 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is 6, 7, or 8. And the same here. This is a 4-cell arrow. So the minimum I can put onto this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is 6, 7, or 8. But apart from that, I really don't know what's going on. Now, if I don't put a 0 on this arrow, then this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 10, which doesn't work. And if I don't put a 0 on this arrow, I've got the same problem. So I know there's a 0 on one of these arrows. Now, 0, 2, 3, 4. So there's a 1 on this arrow as well. Because if I do 0, 2, 3, 4, I've hit 9, and 9 doesn't exist. So there's a 0 and a 1 on each of these arrows. So this cell here is at least a 2. But this can't be 2, 3, 4. So there's a 0 or a 1 on here. Now, again, there must be a 0 or a 1 on here. So this is all about zeros and ones, isn't it? Because the maximum this could be, if I do 0, 1, 2 here, and a 0 here, this could be 3. Oh, crikey. Oh, this is a 4-cell arrow. So there's a 0 and a 1 on here. So this is a minimum of 2. Because if I don't put, it's the same, it's a 4-cell arrow. So if there don't put a 0 or a 1 on here, then even if I do 0, 2, 3, 4, then this would be 9. So I need a 0 and a 1 on here. This is a minimum of 2. But the minimum I can put in here would be 0, 1. Oh, that could be 0, 1, 2, which gets me to 3, which means this just has to be at least 5. Which means this could be 3. This could be up to 5. Ah, that's not... I was hoping that would be forced. These cells... So what's the minimum I can put into 6 cells? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 15. So these have to sum to 15. So that's 7 and 8. Because I don't have 9 to play with. Now that's cool. And these have to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are 15. So these are 6, 7, and 8. And I've got a 6, 7, 8 triple in this row. That's unexpected. And hopefully correct. But I now have to put something higher than 5 on this. Because if these were all... Oh no, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I put something higher than 5 on this? If I was to put a 6 on this arrow, what happens? If I put 6, 1, 0, 2, I'm at 9. I can't put a 6 on this. So these are all 5 or less. So these are a 6, 7, 8 triple. Because if I put a 6 on this arrow, This is incredibly well crafted. If I put a 6 on this arrow, even if I go 2, 1, 0, I've broken it. So all of these arrows can't have anything higher than 5 on it. All of these 4-cell arrows. So this is 6, 7, 8. Now I can't put 8 on this, and if I put 7, 1, 0, that could be it. But 8 is in one of those two. So this could be 7, 1, 0. But I need a 0 on this, don't I? Yes, there needs to be a 0 on here because 6... This has to sum to 1 or 2. So this is either 0, 1 or 0, 2 and must have a 0. So there's no 0 here. So there's no 0 on this. Wait a minute. But the minimum that these could sum to is 10. So there's no 0 on this. Now, if I put a 1 on this, this is 2, 6, 8. And this could be 1, 3, 4, which would get me to 8. Now, if I put... That's if I put a 2 on this. If I put a 1 on this, this would be 2, 3, 4. Because if this is 0, 1, the minimum I could put here is 2, 3, 4. This can't be 0, 1. This is 0, 2, which means this is 6 and 8. There's no... This is a 7. Oh, this is cool. This is now 1, 3, 4, which also sums to 8. That's very cool. Now, there's no 6 here. Now, we know these sum to 8. Now, what does an entire box sum to? What does 1 to 8 sum to? 36. So this is 8, 16. Well, there's 0 and 1 on this, and 2 more digits that sum to 8, which would be... Sorry, 2 more digits that sum to 7, which would be 2, 5, or 3, 4. Could this be 0, 1, 3, 4 with that there? Because these... No, this can't be 0, 1, 3, 4, because where would I put the 3, 4? Because 0, 1, 3, 4, the 1, 3, 4 would all have to be in here. This is 0, 1, 2, 5. And this is 3, 4. This is cool. There's no 0 here. There's no 1 in here. There's no 3 or 4 in those. This is incredibly cool. That's a 7, which means this is not 7 anymore. This is almost certainly 8. Because if this is 5, these are 0, 1, and 2. That would be 1. It could work. What are these? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 go in there. So there's no 5 there. 5 is in one of those two. Which does mean 5 is down here. It means 8 is in one of these two, because I can't put 8 on an arrow. It means 7 is down here, because I can't put 7 on this arrow. This is cool. Like, when I first looked at this, I thought this was going to be almost intractable. But it's not. So, hang on, this has a maximum of 5. Because I've got this 6, 7, 8 triple. So this is a maximum of 5. But it's a minimum of... Actually, what is its minimum? Because if I put a 0 on this arrow, this would be the same as the other digit. So I can't put a... That's an interesting piece of logic. I can't put a 0 on this arrow. So the minimum this is 3. So this is 3, 4, or 5. Oh, I couldn't put a 0 anywhere here anyway because of the 0 in the box. I got a really cool start, but I'm probably missing obvious stuff now. Like there'll be math around because I've got so many pencil marks. There'll be math. Like I'm really tempted to remove all of this because all of this helped me find the 678, but I'm not sure it's helping me now. I think that is just confusing me. Because 678 are down here. And I can't put 678 onto here or here. So these are 678. So, yeah. Oh, this is a 6 because of the 7-8 pair. This is a 6. So there's no 6 here. So this is a 6. So these are 0, 1, 2, 3. So there's no 2 or 3 here. This has gone up to a 4 or a 5. There's no way these can sum to 1. This is now the 8. Oh, this is nuts. Now, if the minimum these can sum to is 3, so there is a 0, a 1, and a 2 on this, I think, because that would make these... Oh, no, there's a 0 and a 1 on these. Actually, I need to remove all of those, because these need to sum to 3 or 4. Now, for them to be 3, there's 0, 1, 2, and for there to be 4, there's 0, 1, 3. Now, there's no 1 there, and there's no 0 there. So 0 is in here, so this is not 0. So there's 0, 1, 2 or 0, 1, 3. If there's 0, 1, 3, this is the 1, 3, and this is the 0. If there's 0, 1, 2, this is the 1, and these are the 0, 2. So if there's 0, 1, 3, this is the 1, and this is the 0, and this is the 3, because of these digits. If there's 0, 1, 2... Hang on, if there's 0, 1... If there's 0, 1, 3... No, let me try that again, because I think I got that wrong. If there's 0, 1, 3, this is the... They're not 0, 1, 3. How do I do 0, 1, 3? Because this couldn't be 1... This couldn't be 1 or 3. This would be... Oh, this would be the 0. If there's 0, 1, 3, this would be the 0. And these would be 1, 3. If there's 0, 1, 2, this is the 1. And these are 0, 2. I think that's correct. Yeah, that feels counterintuitive in a strange way. But this is now 0, 2, 5. So what are these? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6 and 7. Which I could have got from Sudoku. 4 and 5 are in here. So this is a 5. Which means this is a 4. These have to sum to 4. So there's 0, 1, 3. So this is 0. And this is a 1, 3 pair. Okay. Could have found that faster, but didn't. The 0 looks up, taking 0 out of there. These are 2, 5. So this, there's no 2 here. This is 1. This is 0. The 1 makes this the 3 and this the 1. There is no 1 here. There's no 3 here. Ah, there's no 6 in those. Now I've got to make 6. To say this is melting my brain is an understatement. Massive understatement. Now, in order to make 6 here, could I use 1, 2, 3? I'm not sure. 6 is in one of those two. I'm, we know 6 is 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3, there's no 3 here. This is a 4, 5 pair. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 4, 5 pair makes this the 2 and this the 5. And this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 3, which means there's no 3 here. 3 is in here. So there's no 3 here. These are 0, 1, and 2. So these are all 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is at least 4. 4 or 5 is what this is. Because it sees 0, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. So this is 4 or 5. 4 is actually in one of those two. So there is a 4 on this arrow. Sorry, this is melting my brain in big, big ways. So this sums to either 4 or 5. But I could do 0, 5. This cell sees 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. That's a 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a 5. So what are these? These are 6, 7, and 8 and must include a 6. So that's now 6, 7, 8. This is 6, 7, 8. What are these? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 2, 4 looks like making this 3 and this 4. I could have got that from that column much sooner. So the different numbers are just breaking my brain. But this 5 means 5 is in one of those two. Still not sure how this box is working. These is 0, 1, 2, 4, 5. There's no 5 there, there's no 4 there. But that all sums to 15, doesn't it? Oh, yes, because I've got the 3 there. I don't know how this works. This sums to 4 or 5. 0, 5. If I put 1 on here, how do I get to 5? 4 or 5. I don't think I can put 1 on this. No, I can't. And I don't think I can put 2 on this, because with 2, how do I get to 4 or 5? This is 0, 5. So this is 0 and 5. This is 4. I take 0 out of these. This is not 4, and this is 1, 2. So 0, 3, 5. This is the 8. This is the 7. That's very cool. There's no 8 here. There's no 8 here. This is a 6, 7 pair, which means this is the 8 and this is the 7. This is redonkulously cool. But I'm not doing well at it. This digit is this digit. So that's not a 0 anymore. Now, I know there's no 0 on this. So it's either 1, 3, 1, 4, or 2, 3. If it's 1, 3, it's in that order. If it's 1, 4, it's in that order. And if it's 2, 3, it's in that order. So what are these cells? There's got to be a 5 in here, doesn't there? Where's 5 in this? There's a 5 in one of these, but I can't put a 5 on a 5 arrow that can't have a 0 in it. Can't put a 5 on a 6 arrow that's got a 4 or 5 above it. This is a 5, which has done almost nothing. There's something about this. It's probably the sum of these arrows, because these sums to at least 10. There has to be a 0 on this arrow, doesn't there? Because these could sum to a maximum of... Actually, these sum... If this doesn't have a 0 on it, this would be 10 plus 4, 14, but these have a maximum of 11. So there's a 0 on this arrow, so there's no 0 there. So what is the sum of this? Because this... Hang on. Hang on a minute. Because there's a relationship between these two cells. And I'm not quite grokking it yet. Because if this is 0, 1, this becomes 2, 3, 5. And if this is a 4, 0, 2, this becomes 1, 3. Hang on a minute. How does this... If this is a 5... no. Oh, that's not the 0. This is the 0 because of that 0. The 1, 2 makes this the 4 and this the 2. I could have used that 4 for that. Oh, I am so slow today. There's a 6 or a 7 in here, but it has to be here because I can't put a 6 or a 7 here. So what is this? This is 2, 3, or 4 because it's not 0 or 1. So I can no longer put a 1 on this arrow. So this can't be a 5. This has to be a 2. This has to be a 4. This means this is a 1. That makes this a 5 and this a 4. This is a 2 now, which takes 2 out of all of those. This is 1, and I've broken the puzzle. I've done something wrong here. I probably broke it earlier. I'm really tempted to check if I'm right in this position. I can't put a 6 or a 7 here, so the 6 or 7 is here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 2, 3, or 4. So it's not the 0, this is the 0. Now, these have to sum to 6. The only way I can make that work is with 4 and 2. That makes this 5. This has to sum to 5 without 2. So this is 1 and 4. This 2 makes this 3. This is not 3. These are 0, 1, and 2. So this is the 2. I take 2 out of there. This is 0, 1. This feels better now. The 2 makes this 4 and this 2, which is still working. I obviously did something completely and fundamentally wrong last time. Now, this 2 takes 2 out of there. The 1 and the 4 takes 1 out of there. There's no 0 there. This is now working. The 2 makes this 1 and this 2, which makes this 0 and this 1. Pardon me. What are these two cells? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 0 and 4. Actually, these are very important because they're 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. So this is a minimum of 5. Well, I can't put 8 here. And the minimum here is 0, 1, and 2, which is 3. So this is 8 and 5, and this is the 6. These are 0, 1, and 2, because 3 plus 5 is 8. There's a 0 and a 2 there, so this is the 1, and I can take 1 out of those. There's no 7 there, of course. 0 and 2, giving me a 0, 2 pair, making this the 4 and this the 0. Takes 4 out of there. The 5 takes 5 out of there. The 8 is out of there. The 6 is out of there. The 1 looks down, making this 3, taking 3 out of both of those. This is a 0, 1, 2 triple. This is a 0, 2 pair. Oh, this 0 makes this 2, which makes this 0. That makes this 0, which makes this a 1, 2 pair. Oh, and the 1 makes this the 2 and this the 1. Scanning with this is much harder. You get used to scanning with 1 to 9. There is no 1 here. And I think I've done all the arrows now. So it's just down to Sudoku. This 0 makes this 2, sorry, Sudoku-ish. This is now 2 by Sudoku-ish. These are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the 1 here makes this 3 and this 1. The 3 makes this 4, which takes 4 out of there. The 1 makes this 3 and this 1. This is a 5 or an 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 or 8, but the 5 here looks up, making this the 8. This becomes the 5, which makes this 6, which makes this 8. This row, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the 5 here makes this the 7 and this the 5. These are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no 6 here. Oh, the 6 looks down, making that 7 and that 6 and that 7 and that 6 and that 7. So this is 3 or 4 for the column, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this 4 makes this 3, which makes this 4 and take 4 out of both of those. This 7 looks down, making this 8 and this 7. The 3 looks up, making this 6 and this 3. And now I'm down to a single box. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 6 and 8. And this 8 would make, no, not 9. Don't start now. This 8 would make this 6 and this 8. And that is the correct solution to Nothing to Add by GDC. 27 minutes, 20 seconds. I'll take it. I'm very happy with that, considering there was a lot of math I had to explore there that I wasn't used to, and figuring out how those zeros had to work. I was not used to any of that, and figuring out that, for example, was not something I was used to. And sure, it was obvious when you spotted it, but having to figure out where I needed to look, that was a really cool puzzle. I enjoyed that one a lot. Thank you, GDC. That was great. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that one as much as I did. That was a lot of fun. Thanks everyone for watching. And as always, good luck with your solving.